Mm-hmm. Can you tell at an early age if a child is going through like ADDH or anything like that?
Well, not so much with with at the population we serve. We work with children birth until 3.
Right.
Generally speaking, those types of diagnoses are made, at when the child's a little bit older, the child's in school,
Right.
and that type of thing. But diagnoses such as autism,
Mm-hmm.
cerebral palsy, spina bifida,
Right.
brain injuries. Those types of diagnoses, can be made fairly early. Now, we don't make those diagnoses within our program.
Okay.
Those types of things are made by the doctors.
Exactly. But you have children that do have these symptoms and do have these troubles, and you can get them going on the right track.
Yes.
And point them in the right direction and even help. Because a lot of people is like, what's the matter with my child? I want some answers.
Right. Well, that's where, after the screening is completed, if the child was to indicate a need for an evaluation, well, we would go in and complete the evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we would, send further medical records from their doctors.
Mm-hmm.
We try and gather all of that information. And then we'll kind of compile all of that, look at the evaluation results, we'll look at the screening results, we'll look at the medical history we have available to us, and then we'll just discuss the concerns with the parents or grandparents or caregivers, and then we'll kind of use all of that, and then we'll decide, well, yeah, this child is in need, and then as a team, we'll kind of go and recommend the intervention services.
Very
Maybe
good.
the child's not talking, so we'll try and get a speech therapist involved. Maybe the child is not walking, when he or she should be, and then we'll involve physical therapy.
Okay. What about if somebody's watching or listening right now by the way of TV and radio and would like to maybe call and talk to you, maybe even to get these services?
Okay.
What's a number they can call?
The local number is area code 606-523-0229.
0229. You got all different situations here. Have you ever dealt with situations maybe like a baby that had mental disorders due to the mother taking drugs?
We see a lot of that. Yes, we do.
I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you deal with those situations?
Well, those are difficult situations. They really are. You just have to take the child and the family, you kind of where they are, and you just try and provide the interventions as the child needs them.
Right.
But you're right, it's difficult. Oftentimes, you have grandparents involved in raising the children and extended family members.
And you all target to do what's best for the child.
Yes, we do, and the family.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a individualized family
Mm-hmm.
service plan. So you kind of you're working with the child, but you have to also work with that family
Right.
unit.
Exactly. Does social services ever get involved and recommend children to you or send them?
We receive many of our referrals from the social services.
There is so much to deal with now for children of these age spans in the time that we're living in. There's so much violence and so much chaos, and drugs has a lot to do with things. And so you're reaching out to these kids and getting them right at an early age and diagnosing these problems and getting them real help.
We try.
Okay. Now, is there other ways that we as the public can get involved with First Steps and support this?
That's a good question. It really is. We try and collaborate within the community.
Mm-hmm.
We have quarterly meetings with various I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Various organizations.
Right.
We work within social services. We meet with different early childhood. I guess the school system.
Yeah, the schools.
We transition the children into the schools
Mm-hmm.
at their 3rd birthday, so we kind of meet with them.
Or maybe even preschools,
Well,
or
it is, yes, it's preschools.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
or maybe even like if somebody's like a babysitter, you know, like you got a lot of places right now that does a lot of babysitting.
Yes, we do receive referrals from daycares.
Daycares.
And there are times where some of our service providers will go to the daycare to provide the services. You know, as if parents are working, we try and have as much family input as we can, but sometimes it's not feasible within their schedules.
Right.
So oftentimes, you know, a lot of what the therapy involves is actually working with the parents. These are some activities that you can do throughout the week. You know, our providers are usually there just for short periods of time. So to maximize those gains, you need to actually be showing the family and caregivers, these are some things